Hello, it's Gwen. Today is Wednesday, November the 28th, 2018, and the time is about 3:19 p.m. I want to talk about devilment. And when I say devilment, I'm talking about an apt description of some folks. I'm going to use the Sentinel Island situation as a illustration for my point. I wasn't going to talk about it because everybody was covering things pretty well, I thought. But I want to pick up where they left off and talk about some things that I think are important for us to know. So, first, let me define devilment. And please forgive any misspelling. Matter of fact, I'm going to take and see if I can run spell checker on this Word document right quick. Okay, I'm good. Now, devilment defined. I use the word to mean bring of chaos, discord, destruction, death, war, horror, defilement, molestation, strife, hunger, poison, pestilence, and other troubles. And I think I already said corruption. If I didn't, I'm going to say it again, corruption. That is something, taking something pure and defiling it, making it poison, making it something other than what it was meant to be. Now, the devil in this situation feels compelled to do all those things. So that's his game no matter what. Might have a lot of reasons, but that's the game. That's devilment, according to uh, using my definition for it, the way I use the term. I apply this term to people and social structures, institutions. This happens. I used to think that term was silly back in the 60s when I was coming up. I think the Nation of Islam was just getting popular in our community, and they would refer to, or anybody that was affiliated with them would refer to white people being the devil. And I thought it was just silly because I wasn't about that kind of thinking at that time. And up until recently, I still thought it was sort of ooga booga booga was silly, just blind silliness. But no, there is a structure and a thing called the devil, and it's not only a person or a people; it's a social structure, and it's the embodiment of promoting evil on the world. Okay, I had to pause a second to take a sip of tea. Okay, so devilment is an apt description, and I also include demons and devils and devilry and deviltry, all in that whole cluster of definition. Okay, I want to talk about nice white people who aren't devils because there are a lot of people who aren't devils. And the social system is Western culture. And there are other cultures, but I'm not as familiar with those as I am the Western culture. And the Western culture is controlled by white people, and that's therefore I say white people. There are black people and brown people and all kind of other people that do devilment. Make no mistake. But since the Western culture, Western social structure is awfully harmful to other folks and folks within and without Western culture, I'm using that. So there are nice white people in Western culture, and there are very nice white people that I met that I know that are still nice, but they don't stop that harmful social structure. They don't stop that harmful government. They don't stop harmful laws. They're taught to not put themselves in harm's way to save folks. So they come out slinking out the corners after the fact. There are documentaries where the people who lived near Auschwitz and the other concentration camps, they talk about how they would smell the burning. They talk about how they heard it, but they never did anything because they were afraid. Okay, so they talk about how they had to go to sleep with the smell of burning people in their permeating their house, and how the ashes would get on their furniture and in their windows. Okay, These were probably very nice people, but they did not stop anything. They did not stop it. It still happened. No matter how they felt about it, it still happened. Okay? So, nice people don't come out until after the fact when is going on. What they do is, got down here, they want to build statues and museum in tribute to the extinct people. So we got the Native American museums, we got the Egyptian museums, we got Australia, we got all kind of things. If you ever go to the Holocaust Museum in Washington D.C. when you get a chance, you could see that. You could see it. It's very, very, very profound. It's very interesting, but it's after the fact. Okay, so it's always conveniently too late to help before the tragedy. And so I'm talking to the nice white people now. Here's your chance. This is your chance to get on it. Because the people who do corrupt, evil things, they have a sounding board before they actually do it. That is, they sit around and talk to their peers and give hints about what they think. It's always foreshadowed about what they think or what they plan to do. They always give a little speech or something, and your silence is permission. So that's why I could include the nice people with the bad people, because the nice people are silent. This is your chance to not be silent. Call the bad folks on this behavior. You got to call them on it. That's going to be your job. You want to know what to do to help? Call the bad guys on their behavior. And that way, the universe knows that you're different. Right now, we don't have evidence of that. So I got down here: keep the chaos, discord, and death, destruction, war, horror, defilement, corruption, molestation, strife, hunger, poison, pestilence, and other troubles away from the undefiled. And the undefiled right now in my description is going to be the people of Senegal, North Sentinel Island. All I did was copy and paste all those things. Talk about keeping it away. Now, let's talk about North Sentinel Island. I say that this island is in the devil's crosshairs, but I also want the devil to know we see them coming. We see you coming. We see what you're up to. American black people are some of the most are unique among black people because we actually live in the belly of the beast. We have paid our dues, and I can say that because I'm a veteran. I'm a military veteran. So I paid my dues to speak my words. If you're gonna help something, then you gotta face it without blinders on. And so black people here in America, we live uniquely because we live in the Western power structure in America, and we've been learning to navigate this and this society all our lives. So we know the games if we want to look. If we want to look, we can see the games and see it for what it is way ahead of time. Other people and cultures are also in a position to look because they see what happened to their country. They see what happened to their people. We have got people on this planet that are extinct because they opened up their arms and said welcome to strangers. We have people on this planet right now, or rather, ex people in history books and in museums right now who are extinct. Okay? They're either extinct or damn near extinct because they open up their arms and welcome. So you lose your land, you lose your people, you lose your autonomy, and you lose your identity. That's why I put that word pestilence. If I were to say the four horsemen, I would call this one pestilence. Okay? There's war, death, and something else and something else. But what it is the bad things that'll come your way if you're not diligent. So devilment and deviltry, we see you coming. and it comes in many disguises. And that's what we're going to talk about on this video. And these are the disguises for devilment. And among the things I've heard about was they we just want to help. We want to help them. That's why we want to go. They are primitive, so we got to fix that. They are poor, so we've got to make sure that they get money and get wealth like we do. They need we need to get the body back. Yeah, we can't leave him over there. We need to get his body back. We want to make sure they are doing well. We just want to make sure that they're okay, and then we'll leave. We want to study them. We want to modernize them. They need Christianity. They got to be Christians. They ain't right unless they're Christians. They got down. I got down here. They don't have no right to shoot at us. They don't have no right to keep us out. All of that, right? And then there are probably some more. But these are the ones I've heard about. Okay, so I've got some links from Google, and we're going to discuss those. I got down here this link. We need to get the body back. And among the links that I had talked about are skiers who are lost forever in an avalanche, soldiers missing in action, hikers missing, spelunkers missing, body weight and under spelunkers missing was his body. This man, they got his body waged and it won't be recovered. But he was alive when they found him. They just couldn't get him out, so he died in trapped in the mine. Now these are links that I could show you the pictures of, and I think I will. This is all this. I'm gonna show you one of them because I'm gonna discuss it, but you get my point, right? And so I'm gonna go ahead and go to this one, maybe. Yeah, that's all it is, and this is just a demo. That this is just a Google search link about skiers lost forever in avalanche. Okay, that's all that is. It's just about a skier that was lost forever, or skiers that are lost forever in various avalanches throughout the years and throughout history. Adventurers tend to not respect what they're going up against adequately many times, and they get in trouble. But they don't stop them. They have adventurers all the time, right after the others, still doing the same kind of stuff. I'm not going to click on all of these links, but if you want to investigate and look at it, you can. But these people are, I will click on this one where they saw this man down in that hole. This is him, and he won't be recovered. So his body is still there. And they got a nice tribute to him and all of that, but they didn't go in and get him because they couldn't. They said it was too dangerous. Too dangerous. I would have, if I had a choice, if I were to do it, I would give him anesthesia to knock him out, to put him really under, and then probably broke a collarbone or a shoulder bone, and then to make him smaller, and then pull him out while he's unconscious and under anesthesia and not feeling anything. And then if I had to, I would probably break a hip bone to make his lower body smaller. But I would have tried to get him out without, disturbing the minds or anything. But I wasn't there, so I don't know what kind of solutions they tried. But his body was down there and never recovered. He never got out. So he died inside of that cave that he was in. Okay, so that's how Americans have been, our people worldwide have been living with the missing bodies of their children or their family. They deal with it. Soldiers missing in actions from every war. They put a memorial, tomb of the unknown soldier, and that sort of thing, or put a wreath up, or put a flag up, or take that flag that the government gave them for their missing child's body from mortuary in the military. So when a person goes forward They've done so because they wanted to. And this gentleman clearly wanted to put himself in danger. He clearly did the same things that these other people did when they took their chance. So if the Sentinelese people, North Sentinelese people, decide to keep the body, basically it's theirs. You have no right to go on their island to bother them. He never had a right. This whole chain of events could have been avoided had he obeyed the law. And let me put it on pause while I stop. Yeah, I'm back. This whole chain of events could have been avoided had he just obeyed the law and stopped doing his game. But I think he was meant to be a sacrifice to set a sequence of events in motion. I don't think he ever. I don't think the larger power structure expected him to survive. I think that they using him as a setup, and I don't know whether it's occult or metaphysical that set it in motion, or just governmental structure set it in motion, or just him individually being controlled by something that he shouldn't have been. But at any rate, he made the choice to go up in there. And just like Donald, and to quote Donald Trump, he knew what he was getting into. So I'm using this to point out the hypocrisy of the "we need his body back" argument. Matter of fact, I'm using all of these to point out the hypocrisy of all of these arguments. Okay? So I'm not going to click on any more links, but you know what to do if you are curious. Now, primitive, no technology, need modern life. That's stupid too. First off, there's nothing wrong with being primitive. I don't turn up my nose at somebody being primitive. I don't see a problem with it. Need modern life? Nobody in America has any room to talk about what the blessings of modern life does. We are poisoned, neurotic, crazy as hell, mad every day, bitter and mad, and just having a hard time. So we ain't got room to talk. These people were smiling and laughing. So let me go ahead and go through these right quick. What I did was I looked for some of the things for some of the cultures and people who eschewed modern life, who didn't want modern technology and modern life. I looked up some of those. And what I came up with, the people who were what they call off the grid living. These are people who have chosen not to take on things like electricity. They power their own electricity if they want it, or they live without paying utility bills. Okay, and so other cultures are the homesteaders. These are the people who have gone back to 19th century, 18th century, and 14th, 15th century lifestyle. They chose it. That's what they want to do. I also have a link talking about the sacred religion, the Shaker religion, the Mennonites, and the Amish. These are people who also chose not to live with modern technology because they have a right to make a choice. These North Sentinelese people see people come up to them on motorboats and big boats. They see the technology. They see what you're doing. They're making the choice not to have it. They don't see a reason for it. We don't have anything to offer them. They don't want that. They see it. They're not stupid. They're the smartest people on the planet, really. Smarter than any of us. So there are many people who chose not to do technology. They don't need modern life. Now let me talk about modern life. Picture sitting up in a traffic jam for 2 and 3 hours commuting to and from work. Are you happy? Okay. Picture your afternoons with your family and your kids. You're saying that they need technology. You want to call your mother. So you got to call her on the cell phone. They want to talk to their mother, they just turn their head and talk. Okay? Don't play, because it's just playing. You need Google Maps to go across an island? No. Just walk out your door and go across the island. They don't need that. They need cars? No, they don't. They walk and go every place they need to go. They need to watch films and movies? No, they sit around a campfire and talk to each other. They need to they need to go to work or have a job? No, they already provide. That's already provided for them. They already get it. There's nothing they need that we can give them because they already got it. Okay, and this goes into poverty and poor. Let me see. Let me poverty and poor. I'm I'm gonna say some of the stuff there. Well, actually, I'll come back to it. And so, yeah, we talked about what did we talk about? Oh yes, off the grid living and technology that we don't need. I mean, that they don't need. They don't need nothing we got. Not like that. We're not offering anything that'll help them. And then I'm gonna further discuss it when we talk about poverty and poor. They have no right to keep us out or to shoot at us. Tell that to the people on the southern border keeping out the Mexicans. See, that's what I'm talking about, hypocrisy. America has kidnapped children from Mexican people and won't give them back because they crossed the border. America has tear gas people and don't have a problem with it because they want to cross the border. So all countries have the are under the impression that they can control their borders. These people do too. They have every right to control their border. They have every right to keep you out. They have every right to shoot at you. And they were kind enough to warm that food several times, but they still kept coming. They had every right to do it, according to all laws all across the planet. You got your right to sovereignty in your own space. If not, then I got some things in mind that I want to go get from that auto dealership down the street from me. But I got a feeling if I go up in there and take what I want, I'm gonna be in trouble. And if the police come, they have every right to shoot me if I don't comply with what they say. Correct? Is that correct? All right. So everything all over the planet wide, people have a right to protect themselves and protect where they are. These people do too. So yeah, they have a right to shoot at you, and they do have a right to keep you out. And I got a link there talking about the Mexican border. I just did a search for it. If you are curious about it, feel free to search for it yourself. It's a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, they've been on the news shooting at them people, and eventually they're gonna start using deadly force. And if you are American military member, if you don't think shooting people for trying to cross a border is right, then you need to make a choice. Because there's nothing you could have done to make me do that. When I was in the military, I said no when I felt like it because I was prepared to for the consequences of being righteous. I didn't want to sell my soul to do something wrong. And you got to think about that if you're in the military. If it's not right for your conscience, then don't do it. I mean, and I'd be saying no about little stuff because it wasn't right with my conscience. So if you aren't prepared to face the consequences for your action, then you got to think. Okay? So I'm just saying there are people who are getting um, therapy now for stuff they did in the military that didn't sit right with their souls. And somebody telling you to follow orders ain't gonna be there in the dead of night for you as you screaming horror at something that you did. Okay? that you have to live with the rest of your life in misery, in pain, going to therapy, trying to take back an action that you did because somebody told you to that you didn't feel right doing. I'm just saying. Think about that carefully. Plus, if political winds shift, you might have to stand trial for that in a civilian court because people who are civilians will judge you. There's things that the My Lai massacre and some of the other atrocities that were committed during Vietnam. Those soldiers who did the actions had to stand and face the American people through Congress while they had congressional hearings. So yeah, if you're not prepared personally to live with the consequences of whatever you do, then I would recommend that you think carefully before you do it. That's all I'm gonna say about that to the military, the people who have the guns. Okay, all right, just think carefully. I'm gonna come to this part where where I was talking about we have nothing to offer these people, and I'm gonna show these links because I want to compare that with what we claim we got to offer them versus what they already got. Actually, I think I'm going to skip this one and come back to it and talk about poverty first because it's a better flow. So I'm gonna highlight that and then jump down here to poverty. Poverty, poor, no money. Actually, this technique was used more than once to subjugate a people, or rather, as they called it at the time, help a people. They pulled this one out a lot. We just trying to help them because they ain't got no money or they're poor in poverty. And the problem is Western thinking. Because Western thinking thinks that money means something. No, it doesn't. The things you can buy with money mean something. That's why you're working to get money to buy stuff. So you go to the job every day, right? To work and get money. Okay? But that paycheck is what gives you your food, clothing, and shelter. So you pay your shelter cost with money. You pay your food costs with money. You go to the modern store, go in there and buy the groceries with money that you earned from your job. You get your clothing or whatever it is that needs to cover your body, depending on where you live at, in a hot climate or a cold climate. You get that, you spend money for that. So you got to get your food, clothing, and shelter as necessities, and you need money to do that in modern times in Western culture. Okay, these people got shelter already. They already have the things that you would have spent money to buy. And that's the difference in Western thinking. We think it's money as a goal. No, no, no. The things you buy is the goal. But they already got what you're trying to get. Understand? They already got that. They already have it. They don't need money for it. They don't need a job for it. They got it in their backyard. They got it outside their door. They already have it. You don't have nothing for them. They don't need what you got. You need what you got because we stupid. They aren't. So they need food. They go outside and get food. They need clothing. They wear what they need to wear to keep their bodies protected where they live at. They look healthy and happy. They're not in poverty. Their life is priceless. They got shelter, obviously. They got everything they need. So we don't have nothing to offer them. They don't need anything from us. Now, the other part of that is folks here could use our help, but the Sentinelese Island folks do not need anything from us. They don't. But if you are one of those people who want to help, then here's what you do because you got folks who need your help right next door to you, right in your backyard. I look down, I put in Appalachian poverty images, poverty in America images, and homeless in America. So we're going to talk about that because I am going to press a button on those. Okay, let me see here. What in the world? I don't know what the hell I just pressed. Let me try that again. I have something called American Walking. Well, let me see. Appalachian poverty images. These this is my search for Appalachian poverty, and these are the images right there. These are Americans in America. Over some of them are recent and some of them are years ago. Nevertheless, these are people who are poor who could use a dollar or two, who could use you coming up there with your money talking about you needed that you could give them a job, okay, or that you could give them something, clothes, shelter, help them with this or that, okay. These people, if you want to help, go help them. They could use a help, okay. These people could use your dollar or two or your insight on how to get wealth. All right. This is in America. These are not minorities. These are primarily white people up in white people world, all by themselves in isolated communities right here in this country who would appreciate a dollar or two. Okay? This is right off of Google Images. If you want to help poor people, help yourself. Help your own. Help where you live at. Okay? You ain't got to go way, 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 way on that island, way out in the South India Seas. You can go down the street. Easy. Okay? So I could go on and on and on and on with that. So that's Appalachian poverty. And we already seen that. And little, all of these. Poverty in America. Okay? You ain't got to go far. You can go down the road. Go to your local park. Go to the corner of downtown. Any downtown. Go anywhere in America, in any downtown, and you will see homeless and poor. Give them something. The people of North Sentinel Island don't need you, but the one down the street might need a hand or two. Okay? All right? Homeless in America. Some more images. Images for homeless in America. And they got maps, they got people. Look at that. Want to drag him out of somewhere, out of a tent city. Won't even give him a tent. Won't even let him have him. And so I'm talking about the hypocrisy. You worried about helping the North Sentinelese and you won't even help the guy down the street from you as you walk by. So don't play that game. We see you coming. We know your hypocrisy. We know that you don't care. We don't. We have spent a lot of time not caring about other people being in trouble. So if you are going to be calling yourself helping, then help the ones down the street and up the road. Okay? I could show that on and on and on and on and on and on. Y'all, whoever wants to see these, they can go ahead and click on the links. Now let me go back up here. For the we have nothing to offer these people. We don't. There are pictures of them. Let me see if I can find some pictures of them that are beautiful of them. Let me see. And this is just a picture of North Sentinel Island. My search for it in Google, and they have some anthropologists talking. But anybody who's been looking at those pictures of them can see, oh, excuse me, what they look like. And they are black people, straight up as black as we can be. And this is a film that I looked at, and that kind of encompasses all the stuff that was talked about. He did say that you could watch his video. He said, please share the video toward the end there. And it was a pretty good video. And this is a video that I like because it kind of crystallizes everything that's said in all the other videos. And it's got all of that. But what I'm going to do is just press on the images because there's some things I want you to look at. You see this crowd of people? And more than one um, person has got videos like that. Like, for example, this one up here that I'm putting my hand on, my cursor on, is doing the same thing. So we've all seen more than one copy of these videos. But look at how these people look. Broad-shouldered male, narrow hips, strong-looking children, good strong bone structure, balanced upper body and lower body, proportionate heads and faces. Okay, those are signals of good health. Look at that. You see that? Balance of their bodies, the structure of their shoulders to hip ratio, the posture. Those are also signals that they're black people. These look like the people that are painted on the black figure vases of early Crete, Mios, and the area where before the ancient Greeks came. All of them look exactly like those black figure vases. Let me see if I can find you a black figure vase, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. These are I'm talking about the ones earlier than this. Let me see if I can see what's in the images. Okay, those like that. These little people with our ankles and things. See how the narrow ankles are and narrow wrist. They doing all kind of stuff. The ancient Greeks started doing this sort of thing too, and so they had to go from black figure to brown figure to white figure eventually. But the early black figure sculptures and things in the early area of Minos and Greece and Crete and all of those were the earliest vases and art, and they remind me of those figures because they have broad-shouldered males and with narrow hips. I don't know, somebody trying to, I don't know what the hell that is because it's funny. Okay, but you see, right? But they remind me of the black figure vases, so I'm gonna close that. But if you want to see it, just go in there and talk about, and well, you saw how I got it. Google search black figure vases, click on images. But as you can see, these are well formed people. That's what I'm getting at. Very well formed people. They have the same body language as anybody. As anybody. And then these people, this is the video where they're throwing the coconuts. Good. They have good healthy physiques, really. Healthy looking physiques. I noticed that in that film, there's a um, session where the female ran out and grabbed the male by his elbow and pulled him back to shore. That means that the females have a voice in their inner reactions. If you're worried about them being mean to women or abusive, they're not. The females have a voice. You can tell. And so what was consequential for me on that part. And she ran out there and yanked his elbow and pulled him to shore. He stopped doing what he was doing and came and did what she wanted him to do, which is come to shore. The kids there were beautiful. Those are the cutest children. Okay, this is a well formed male, well formed, healthy. And this is a crowd of people on the beach, males and females, pictures of health and beauty, very handsome men and women. And then this is when they decide they're going to defend their territory. They see your modern technology. They see modern things. They have told you they don't want that. They see you flying. They see you flying. They know what an aircraft is. They're rejecting it. They're not in awe. They're not surprised. You're not impressing them. Okay? Stop playing. They're not impressed with it. Okay, but you can see what I'm getting at. So we're going to go back to one of these beach scenes, which I like. Now, and jump over here to modern times. And so that's that film. And now, and I pressed, I searched for beach images of Americans because we certainly don't look like that when we go to the beach. Who looks the healthiest? Who we just saw are these people or not? Okay? The Senegalese people, in my opinion, look healthier than anybody on there. They look more healthy. This guy is good for a Western male. Western males don't are not built like African males, but he's got the broad shoulder to hip ratio, but he's the only one. The rest of them have them little trunk bodies, and I would whoop somebody's behind. uh, let me put it up. I wouldn't be happy if I had a rear. Well, anyway, who the Senegalese people look healthy, or at least as healthy as these folks. Okay, and so we don't have nothing for them. They are not impressed with what America's has to offer because um, we they just as healthy, they're just as viable, they're happy, and they're beautiful. We don't have nothing for them. Let me see if I can get on here. This one. This is a YouTube search for America's on the beach because I wanted some variation and stuff, and I just wanted to see us at about the same age as those people are, or the same, I guess, demographic as they are. Same population or the equivalent. And so this is Americans. Okay, the North Sentinelese are just as healthy looking, are just as viable. We don't have nothing for them. That's something to look at. In fact, they are in better shape than a lot of us, if not all of us. They're not impressed. We don't have nothing for them. Okay? So that's part of our hypocrisy, claiming that we got something for them when we don't. This is just a regular bunch of Americans just walking down the street. And we don't look all that happy or healthy. We ain't got nothing for them. And it's just plain old regular people. I'm more impressed with them than I am us. So we ain't got room to talk. We ain't got nothing for them, and we don't have room to talk. Yeah, we are not healthier than them. We don't have anything to offer them, and they don't need us. I talked about poverty already, that folks here need our help rather than them. And then finally, religion. Now, yeah, I'm back. Religion. That's another one of the excuses that they use to intrude on other people. And it's worked over the years because other people bought it. Like I said, the other people of the world, including Africans, welcomed the stranger, open arms rather than throwing a spear. Welcome the stranger. And it was not to our benefit. Now, the West benefited because now they have additional resources and people, but the people didn't. The people didn't. They were fine before the West came. And so that's a part of the hypocrisy. You're not really there to help. Now, America abdicates religious freedom, supposedly. So if somebody has told you that they don't want what you got to respect that. They have seen your helicopters, they have seen your aircraft, they see it every day. They are not impressed, and they have told you they don't want it. They see you and they see what the results of your whatever you got to offer is, and they are not impressed. They don't want that. So if you are whatever you are religion, they are not impressed with the results of it. So they're telling you to keep it. So keep it. Americans have this uh, alien concept, especially white Americans, and that is things ain't your business. We have trouble with that concept of things not being our business. But these people are not our business. We are intruding. We ain't minding our own business like we should be. And that's what that guy was going over there doing, not minding his own business, but going over there in their business, and they killed him. And I'm not mad at him. I really wish he did not initiate the change of events that led to him being dead. But he did. And unfortunately, he knew what he was getting into. And his family, I'm sorry for them for not having their son's body, but I really wish they would have been more diligent in stopping him from doing the things that he does. But they didn't, or it didn't work. So, at any rate, he did know what he was getting into. So, not all Americans are Christians, okay? Everybody sees what Christians are, and not being a Christian has not helped you or hurt you, because those Mexicans that are on the border trying to get in are Christians as all get out, but it doesn't help. It doesn't add any additional favor. I say these people are uncorrupted. No matter what they do or what kind of lifestyle they lead, they're still pure. The only pure spot left of a humanity on the planet. They're still pure. So they're uncorrupted as far as I'm concerned. And I don't care what they do. It's their business. It's not my business. I don't care if they are cannibals. I don't care if they do God knows what. Our goddess knows what. Or the creator knows what. I don't. It's not my business. It's I advocate them having a choice to choose whatever they want, and so they're unpolluted and uncorrupted. Unfortunately, the devil is compelled to corrupt, and that's what this video is about. It's about the compulsion to corrupt by the devil, because the devil has gone corrupting all over the planet. And by devil, I mean the person or people who bring all of that stuff listed above when I talked about the deviltry, or devilment description. There's a compulsion to do that. It's almost a blind compulsion. Now, that compulsion happens, but they have to rationalize it some way. And that's what all those guises and excuses that I listed above are about. The end result is the corruption of the people. no matter what the guise that they claim will happen. Those are just reasons that they use to rationalize that. But the end result is going to be the same, according to the devil. I'm making this video because I want the devil to know that we see him coming and we see what you up to. And nobody's fooled by it. So, and this is also the chance for whatever nice white people who want to be on the side of good to speak up and get their devilment brethren under control. Just like we will get our devilment sisterin and brethren under control over here in our group. No black people is gonna let some other black person say some of that intrusive stuff and not be called on it. We call our evil out. We call our evildoers out all day long. And we do not want our evildoers to go without having suffer consequences for their action. That's not the same for other people. Really. If a black person went and shot up a white person and they wrong, we would call out that black person. We don't get the same respect. So this is a chance for the good white folk who claim they good to speak up and avert some stupidness. I also think that anybody that steps foot on that island, I think they should be prosecuted for attempted murder because of germ warfare. If you take your butt on the island, no matter who you are, if you are not having a hazmat suit and the people let you on there, then you are should be persecuted, jailed, and really executed for attempted murder. And anybody that helps you should be also arrested and tried for attempted murder. If germ warfare at the minimum, attempted murder. Okay, so the people are uncorrupted, but the devil is compelled to corrupt. So that's what that's all about. That's why they keep going over there. That's why he went over there. He wanted to corrupt. He said it's Christianity. He's saying it's this. He's saying it's that. It's about corruption. Christianity, when used by corrupt people, turns into devilment. And so much of that has been turned into devilment. So devilment action happened under the name of Christ and Christians. And it's happened worldwide and it's happened endlessly. And the results for those people who were supposed to be helped has been diabolical. And all you got to do is read history. There's plenty of research on that, plenty of links. We already operate as a given. To me, that's already a given, so I'm not going to go over it. But we all should know that. Okay, religion is but one of the excuses. So, to me, you need to take religion out the mix because that's also hypocrisy. To me, these people are living are the people who have more accord with the Creator than anyone on the planet. They have they are acting on behalf of the Creator. They're doing what they're told. To me, I that thought hit me yesterday, and I was in tears for about 15 minutes because that is one of the most profound thoughts and it still is one of the most profound thoughts that came to me. These people are acting on behalf of following the rules of the Creator. They followed the rules. They're doing what they're told. That's why I'm saying they have more accord with the Creator than anybody else on the planet. These are the Adams and Eves who did not bite the apple. They followed the rules. They see the serpent trying to get them, and they're fighting with everything they have to keep the serpent away. We are the serpents. The thing about reading the Bible for Christians is that they don't read it deeply. A Bible, and I'm not a Christian, I tell anybody that any minute, but I do understand how to think about a concept. And the Bible is genius work when you think about it in terms of human action and the way humans behave. It's not a book about the divine, it's a book about about humans, okay? So, even if you're a Bible believer or a Bible follower, it's very few of them that actually get what it means when it's talking or when it writes a story. The Garden of Eden and human isn't about somebody biting an apple. They didn't even have apples in that region. It's about taking stuff you shouldn't and not obeying the laws of nature, not obeying the laws of creation. So people who read the Bible are looking at are believing it and calling themselves Christian, thinking about somebody, a serpent coming to talk to you. No, evil coming to talk to you is what's coming to talk to you. That's a metaphor for evil. Evil is coming to get in your head and tell you to do something messed up and against the rules of nature. And the penalty for doing things messed up and against the rules of nature is that nature won't support you. And so you are cast out of that which would have supported you had you followed the rules. That's all the Adam and Eve story is about. These are Adams and Eves who did not bite the apple or who did not accept that which would have taken them out of accord with the Creator. So they stay in accord with the Creator and fighting with everything they got to keep the serpents out. So I say that they see the serpents trying to get at them, and we see the serpents trying to get at them. Excuse me, to get at them. And they're fighting with everything they got to keep the serpents away. Because the Eves and the Adams don't want to bite that apple. And they see the apple, they see what you got to offer, and they are rejecting it. They're not in awe. They're not impressed. They see your clothes, they see your watch, they see your everything you got, and they see you. They see what you look like. They ain't impressed with that either. Not impressed. They see the planes, they see the trains. They see the planes, they see the boats. They don't want it. And it's their right. And they're fighting to try to keep that out. The serpents and his children are evil and sneaking and are trying in 1,000 ways to get at him. They know it, we know it. Yes, we see the day. We see what the devils are up to. Okay? This was what the thought that kicked my butt yesterday. Because I was in tears and it still kicks me. Because these people are living proof that the Creator provided everything that we needed to be okay. Let me highlight that. These people are the living proof on this planet that the Creator provided everything that we needed to be okay. We didn't need a damn thing. We didn't need the apple. We were fine. They're the proof of it. They're healthy, they're strong, and they're fine. They're healthy. The planet provided what they needed. They didn't need the crap. To me, that was the most profound point of the whole video. This whole video that I'm giving is that the Creator provided everything that you needed. It gave us all that we ever needed. Do that. We got all that we needed. The Creator didn't fail us. We failed ourselves. The, there was nothing wrong with us when Western people came. Nothing. We weren't broken. Somebody who's not a Christian is not a broken person. Somebody who's not a anything is not broken when they are doing okay. These people ain't broken. People who that were uncorrupted weren't broken. They were fine. These people are still fine, except they were smarter than our ancestors because they kept the serpent out. Okay, so we failed ourselves when we let the serpent in. We let the serpent in, and we have been decimated, which is true. We lost our lands and ourselves worldwide. This is people all over the world. The North Sentinel the North Sentinelese still live in the Garden of Eden. Okay? Understand that. Do you understand that? Do you get that? They still live in the Garden of Eden. They never left. They never bit the apple. They never did the evil that got them kicked out of the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden dying is because you did things to pollute it and corrupt it. They haven't done that. They still live. I think I do that too. The North Sentinelese still live in the Garden of Eden. They didn't let it get corrupted. They didn't let it get polluted. They haven't let anything get on that Garden of Eden that'll take them from being in accord with the rules of the Creator. Simple as that. And the devil is compelled to try to make that not be possible. And that's why we're doing this video. They live strong and healthy with no modern medical care or modern technology. They don't have any vaccines, no plastic surgery, no flu shots, no dental braces, no prenatal ward, no sunscreens, no psychiatrists, no acne medicine, none of that. Did you look at them in the video? That's why I wanted to show you that video. Do you see anything wrong with them? They're slim, they're muscular, they got the little body fat that's healthy. That means they eat well, they live in good shelter, and they have good medical practices that keeps them healthy. Whatever they're doing. Heaven knows we can all learn from them, but they don't want to be bothered with us because we too damn stupid to even keep up with them. They see we stupid. They don't want us. They don't want us polluting their gene pool. They got a pure gene pool and they want to keep it. They're the smartest people on the planet. The smartest people on this whole damn planet, or this whole blessed planet. We could learn that from them. We got lots we can learn from them. They ain't got no plastic surgery to make them look that good. Not a plastic surgery in sight. They keeping all of our pestilence away from them. They ain't got no acne medicine. If you looked at their teeth and you saw them, they had bright smiles and beautiful teeth. They looked beautiful and they looked absolutely happy. Nothing was wrong with those folks. That's why I did that part where I compared them to Americans, because Americans don't compare to them. They're and America's got all the modern medical stuff, at least for now, until somebody goes ahead and finishes trying to dismantle the Affordable Care Act, because we don't even want Americans to have good medical care. So that's another level of our hypocrisy. We're not about medical care or anything else for them people. We just want to get in there and corrupt and defile because the devil is compelling people to do that. So the North Sentinelese still live in the Garden of Eden. The Creator has provided them everything that they need. Everything they need to be okay. They don't need anything from nobody. And this is the proof right there that people were put where they were supposed to be, and we would be fine if we had still obeyed the laws of the Creator. And that is the laws of nature. Nature has laws. There's things you can and can't do in nature, and if you do them, then nature can't support you. They are not doing them, so nature is supporting them. They're not polluting. They're not living excessively. They're not overpopulating. They have a controlled population because they are living in balance. Whatever they're having to do, and they're not having modern medicine to do it. The females do have a voice, and the people, male and female, look absolutely healthy. Have you never seen a more beautiful child than a little kid in the video? Healthy, strong looking, well made child. Those are well made people. So, to the devils, we see you, we see what you are up to, and we are calling you on it. No more of the crap. You monsters. Because monsters do things like that, corrupting people for no reason. You have to go out of your way to do that much evil. You have to go, these people have to go way across the darn world to do evil. And no more of that. Stop playing. Stop trying it. Okay? That's the basics of this video. I'm gonna go ahead and jump around here to see what I missed, if I missed any of my links below. And that's all I'm doing, is just making sure that I'm covered everything I was gonna say. These are my search screens. These are what I looked for when I was talking, getting ready to talk. Because I wanted to go through all of those arguments that they had, all those positions. And this is another video that you can look at, because I think this is good too. Actually, I think I said guys video. One of them, I had an extra video there that I didn't want to play. There's nothing better looking than them people. Look at those muscular, slim, healthy bodies. Except for that one. I think that was a pregnant female, maybe. Or, I don't know. At any rate, they still look better than American. You won't find a better made male than that one, or that one, or a healthier looking child than that one, or the beautiful females. I think I saw a female. That looks like a female. You won't find better made people than that. And they're doing all of that without plastic surgery. No surgery. No plastic surgery. Nothing like that. And this is my link for America on the Beach. Okay. And these are just plain old people. But those Sentinelese people look every bit as healthy as these folks, if not healthier. They ain't eating GMOs. They ain't eating pesticide and insecticides. They're not eating antibiotics or modified food or vegetables. Nothing, none of that. And this is what you can look like when you don't eat bad food. You can look like that. You can look like them if you live that way. So let me bounce around these last few pages. Look at that. Really, we think we got something to offer them. I'm pointing to the right hand side of the screen here about how Americans walk, and this gentleman is in a hover round because of the food he eats and the food I eat and all of the Americans eat, and how much we have damaged ourselves in this modern technology, with all this modern medicine and all this modern nonsense that we're playing games with, like they need our help. No, they don't. Okay. Okay, that's it then. I covered everything that I needed to cover. And I appreciate you guys listening to me. I'm going to put this whole page here in the description box so that you can look at the links and things that you, if you want to. But yeah, I covered everything I wanted to cover. I appreciate you listening. Thank you, and bye bye.